PPC is building houses for 300 of its employees who do not have decent housing. This is the latest move by PPC in getting a lot closer to its employees, and something that maybe other companies should be taking note of. Yogesh Narsing is the head of special projects for PPC, and he's with us here in studio to provide more insight. It wasn't long ago that your colleague, Mr. Gordon, was sitting in that chair explaining to us how he, and I presume you as well, didn't take an increase in the past year so that you could compress the salaries, get closer between the lowest paid worker at PPC and the highest paid worker. This development of housing for your staff seems to be another step in that direction.
Exactly. You know, we had, or the leadership, Ketso and the leadership in PPC had a direct engagement with our workers, and they were asked, this is the direction of the organization, what are your concerns? And housing rated as number 2, housing and the need for home ownership rated number 2, only second to salaries. And so what you're talking about was the salary portion that has been addressed, and this is the housing portion that is now being addressed in terms of...
So your guys get free cement bricks?
Well, no, they get a lot more. They get a lot more. There's a financial contribution that they can access from PPC, but the more interesting part is the technical contribution. We have put into place support structures all across the country at our various plants that workers can ask for. Engineers, if you want to buy a house, for example, they can go, we need you to come and check if this house that I'm buying actually is in a good condition. You know, we can say, I want to build a house. This is, you know, what the suppliers say I need, and these are the costs. We help them. So it's really knowledge about acquiring home ownership. You know, you want to register a house, you have a debt issue, you're listed as bad debt. You know, we help all our employees individually to manage all of those things and get into home ownership. With that, you know, you can get into a savings program. We assist you to access government subsidies where they're applicable. We talk to banks directly to get a better rate. It's that knowledge part and this support part that is the more interesting stuff. And Alec, you know, we started off thinking we were going to develop a housing program. We ended up, it's really 250 to 350 individual housing support programs. Really, each individual is different. Each individual is at a different stage in their need for housing.
Yogesh, I want to explore the question that Alec alluded to earlier. This ongoing communication between senior management together with the lower skilled workers, has that helped curb potential strikes or labor unrest at your operations?
So you know, I don't know if there's a direct cause and effect there, but certainly we take great pride in the direct engagement. We've just had a round of engagements. The CEO is on record as saying this is one of the things he looks forward to each year, and it's very direct, it's open, it's transparent. People ask and say what they need to.
What happens at those meetings? I bumped into Ketso in the slow lounge. Yes. I was flying to Cape Town. He was going to Port Elizabeth. Right. And he said he was off to go and talk to the staff. What happens at those engagements? Just take us through a typical day like that.
Yes, so the big part of it is he goes together with supporting senior managers. They go to all of the sites. So you know, you arrive there, and the purpose really is to talk about past performance of the organization, the past plans and performance of the organization, and then the future plans and the need for performance in the organization. And when the report back happens, we also, besides talking about the results and the financial implications and where we're going, we also talk about what workers have identified as the issues that need to be addressed.
So it's communication, soft issues.
Absolutely, absolutely. Training, you know, how people are evaluated, how they...
And what you're busy with is an expansion of that. Because you come from another world, don't you? From the investment world.
I used to be. I spent the last 3.5 years in the National Planning Commission, where I had a lot of fun, actually. Yes.
So you're applying what you learned in the National Planning Commission, Investment World, National Planning Commission. Sure. Lucky PPC?
Absolutely. Listen, I'm having a lot of fun. I think I'm lucky, yes.
Well, you've come full circle, no doubt, and we wish you all the best in your endeavors. That was Yogesh Narsing. He's the head of special projects for PPC.